Blessed to be a part of your day. Kevin Miller in the morning, live from the Walmart here, Garrity and Franklin. Coming up more of our friends sharing their testimony, their stories of real-life experience of faith, family, and freedom, thanks to our friends at the Boise Rescue Mission. It is that time of year again where we ask you to give a turkey. Don't be a turkey. More information at KIDOTalkRadio.com and BoiseRM.org, where we ask you to help us feed Treasure Valley families. And speaking of feeding Treasure Valley families, here's the Kevin Miller cash code word of the day, money. You could win up to $5,000 on KIDO Talk Radio by getting these code words. Hey, here's the greatest thing. Imagine how many turkeys or how many meals you could, give the Boise Rescue Mission for $5,000. More details at KIDOTalkRadio.com. Joining us now from from a lot of places, one of the founders of the Tea Party, a gentleman who certainly wants to talk a little bit about reforming the government. We've seen him in the Treasure Valley, Citizens for Self-Governance. Mark Meckler joining us. Mark, good to have you with us, and we sure miss you here in Idaho.
Hey, great to be with you. I'm coming back soon. And by the way, thanks for supporting such a great cause. The work you do there is so important, Kevin.
Well, thank you, Mark. And as you and I have talked about before, that's what we try to do locally on Local Talk Radio.
That's why Local Talk Radio is so important. You know, I know everybody talks about the national guys and the impact that they have on politics, but to me, the most important communication medium in America still today is Local Talk Radio.
So you're coming back to Idaho. When are you planning on being here?
Well, I'm excited. I'll be there Thursday, so right around the corner, and we've got a big event coming up there in Post Falls at 6:30 p.m. at the Greyhound Park and Event Center. We're going to be there doing a town hall about Convention of States. One of the most exciting things to me about it, Kevin, is I'm bringing somebody with me who I've never appeared with in public before. Her name is Jenna Ellis. She's a constitutional attorney. She works for the James Dobson Family Institute. Dr. Dobson endorsed the Convention of States project earlier this year. Jenna Ellis is a constitutional attorney there. She's an incredible speaker, a wonderful Christian woman, and she's going to be talking about specifically why Christians should be in support of the idea of a Convention of States project.
Well, that is so important. And by the way, Mark, when we take a look at the Convention of States, are you planning on once again coming into Idaho and talking to our friends at the legislature? Your comments, actually, the last time we had you on, sparked quite a little protest from our friend Tom Munns, and he wants to debate, and I feel more like a matchmaker than a talk show host, but I'm wondering if we could do a town hall with you guys.
You know, I would love to. It's interesting. I had an exchange with Tom Munns off the air. I think Tom Munns is a good man. I really like him personally. I wouldn't call us friends because we don't know each other well enough, but I would say we're definitely friendly acquaintances. We've had some long discussions off the air. And I think the difficulty Tom has is in defending some of the positions that his organization has taken. I wouldn't say Tom himself, because I've never found Tom to say anything nasty or untrue, but his organization has said a bunch of horrible, nasty, untrue stuff, and I've sent that stuff to him and asked him to respond to it and tell me why, how he can stand behind that stuff. And so far he's not been able to do that, and I understand that. I think he's a good man caught in a bad situation.
Well, Mark, we look forward to being the matchmaker here. Your thoughts nationally on what's going on with the recounts and counts and election chads, and it's 2000 all over again.
Yeah, what I think is going on is an organized effort to steal elections. And it's a scary thing for me to say because I worry a lot about this. And the reason I worry about it is in our system, and frankly in any system of governance, elections are the pressure relief valve. In other words, people can debate, disagree, dispute, get angry, yell, scream, but we vote, and in the end, that's how we decide our differences. And this amazing miracle of 243 years of this nation, a peaceful transition of power between people, between parties, between ideologies, is why the nation sticks together. And if we can't have faith that we can have a peaceful, transparent, legitimate transition of power, then the pressure cooker, the lid is on tight, there is no pressure relief valve, and things are going to blow up. And I worry that that's where we're headed right now.
Mark, if people want more information about the Convention of States, your personal appearances here in Idaho, what can they do?
Yeah, they can go to conventionofstates.com. They can just look up Idaho at conventionofstates.com, and they'll see everything that's going on. And they can join us Thursday the 15th at 6:30 p.m. If they happen to be anywhere near Post Falls, they can go to the Greyhound Park and Event Center at 51 Riverbend Avenue at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday the 15th, and we'll be there.
Mark, I appreciate your friendship and your support of Local Talk Radio. It means the world to us, and we, again, so appreciate your support of what we do here.
Well, God bless you for your efforts today. You're doing something special, Kevin. Everybody make sure you open up the wallets and give big.
Mark, I want to leave you with this. You've seen me in person. I'm literally dressed up as a giant turkey as we speak, so you're the credible one. And
well, I appreciate you being willing to sacrifice your personal dignity in that way, Kevin. It's a sacrifice.
Thank you, sir. You take care, Mark.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
There we have it. Newsmaker Mark Meckler joining us. We are live in Nampa, Idaho at the Walmart Garrity in Franklin, where we're asking you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey. Joining us now, our friend Rob Studebaker, Team Mazda Subaru. And as I've said before, we've been doing this for 8 years, and when we started taking it to the next level is when Mr. Studebaker approached me at the Snake River Stampede and said, I'd really like to get involved, and I'd really like to do something for the community. We do a lot. What can you do for us, Kevin Miller? And here we are so many years later, about 6, 7, 8 years later. I'm dressed as a turkey, and you're still looking the same. Good to have you with us, sir.
Man, that is a great turkey suit you've got on today. But you're driving turkeys. That's what we need here, is we need turkeys.
We do. And when we talk about the community, it's so important. You've seen and you've talked to these folks here at the Boise Rescue Mission. You go down and serve. How has that changed you, sir?
It just drives us, and giving is living, and we really want to help these guys, and we want to help them do that. Brought some folks with me from the Idaho Press Tribune, and they just brought 5 turkeys over that they went inside and bought. So it's
I appreciate that from the Press Tribune. Yeah.
Yep. We need lots of people out there to gather together and help in this cause, because not just one individual can do it. It takes everybody.
Well, I appreciate you, not only you and Aaron and what you do at Team Mazda Subaru, but you're our unofficial press agent. Yesterday you grabbed the lady from Channel 2 and had her over here.
That's right.
Now
I got you some free press.
Yeah,
and you got to show your turkey suit.
Yes.
So all the world on video.
Yes, we're so proud. We're so proud.
And you came kind of waddling over in it, too, kind of running towards the camera. That was great.
Yeah, it's a challenge for me. What has more of an appeal, the camera or the dinner table? Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. And which is it for you? Turkeys?
Turkeys.
Right.
Give a turkey, don't be a turkey. That's really what it's about.
Is.
Rob Studebaker joining us, Team Mazda Subaru. What goes on in your mind when you're serving at these banquets? You have a specialty that you are very passionate about when you're serving the folks at the Boise Rescue Mission.
Okay, the first year we were invited in, and everybody gets tasks and gets jobs. The first year we were there, we were given the job of cutting pies. And there's hundreds and hundreds of pies that are brought in from all the community and lots of nice people. And so they need to be cut. And so my family comes in and we cut pies. And it's such a great thing. And we're all together, and it's early in the morning, and we're cutting pies. And it's about family. It's about giving. I really like that my children get to see the other side, and get to see that life is about giving.
Right. Have you seen a change in you and your family from this?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's helpful for them to for their health long term to really have a life for their life to always give.
Speaking of giving, you give a lot to the community, a lot to us. What do you want to say to your friends in the business community? You hang out with all the high rollers and stuff. People listening
the
right
high rollers.
Well, comparatively speaking, yes.
Here's your opportunity. I challenge every one of you.
Look at Amber. She's crying. She's laughing so much.
Amber, everyone needs to step up and give. This is the time of giving, and it needs to continue throughout the year. But right now we're after turkeys, and you need to bring frozen turkeys. Walmart Garrity. Load this place up with turkeys.
And finally, you always do a shopping spree, and you love, you were talking about pies, but you love the socks. You love to give the socks.
Well, a few years
This
back.
is in-depth team coverage here, but it really is about making a difference. Stuff that we take for granted.
Yeah. And, a few years back, Reverend Bill was talking about, what types of things that these folks need. And obviously, we all take for granted clean socks, clean underwear, diapers for our babies, those kinds of things. And those people who don't have those things really appreciate them. And so we usually fill up a couple baskets full of those things because we know that they need them.
Well, we appreciate you, brother. We couldn't do Miller's Mission without you.
Well, we appreciate you, and we hope that moving forward, you'll always wear that suit.
Thank you, sir. I follow direction. More coming up. We're going to hear from Kendall about a story of love, hope, and transformation that was made possible by your donations. That's next. Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio. Blessed to be a part of your day. Kevin Miller in the morning, KIDO Talk Radio, broadcasting from the Nampa Walmart, where we're asking you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey. I want to thank Craig, who stopped by yesterday, Kevin and Star, so many others, Tea Party Bob, Terry from State College, Pennsylvania, he'll be in. The show doesn't stop, so why don't you come by and hang out, give us some turkeys to the Boise Rescue Mission, and we talk politics and sports and anything else that matters till about 8, 9 o'clock at night. It's all a part of the Boise Rescue Mission's drive to feed 5,000 people, collecting 5,000 turkeys this holiday season. And we continue to profile people that have been through the Boise Rescue Mission who have made a difference. And here is our great friend, Kendall.
I'm Kendall Thurneau, and I am the Children's Program Manager for the Boise Rescue Mission. I handle most of our kids through City Light and Valley Women and Children's Shelter. So back in April of 2010, I was getting out of jail for a probation violation, just some discretionary time for a relapse, and I knew I needed to change. I had heard about City Light, that they had a drug and alcohol program, and I knew I needed that program, and I knew I wanted to do a Bible-based recovery, because I had pretty much tried every other recovery out there. And I knew I wasn't going to leave until they let me in that program. So I literally checked in on a Monday, and I was in the program that following Tuesday. It takes a lot to have to go from jail straight to a homeless shelter. There's a lot of, what has become of my life feeling, and you're pretty broken. You're definitely broken. But I think there's such a desperate need when you're that broken that you're willing to do anything and try everything, because you aren't doing life the way you want life to be done. It is life-changing. It changed my life dramatically. I went from being a IV drug user to somebody who was learning how to interact with the public day-to-day, donors day-to-day, and getting to say thank you for their gifts and their donations. I mean, it was a big change, but it was such a great experience to learn and see all those people who cared about me no matter what I used to do. Not only do we help the families that are in our shelter, but the families that have ever been in our shelter or are just in need. And there's so many people out there in the valley that are struggling, that need our help, and so we need all the turkeys that they want to get. I remember walking in the door and needing a meal and a place to sleep, and that door being open to me no matter where I was in my life, still being addicted. I got to hear the Word of God. I got to have a clean bed. I got to have a hot turkey meal. I got to have clean clothes and a place, and somebody to just say it's going to be okay. Somebody to just hug me while I'm standing there with tears running down my face because I've never been in a shelter before. So they just make it so much, they just give you so much love in that moment of when you're hurting. And so the turkeys, it's just one way we can continue the love is to, give them food and hot meals.
And that's what it's all about, turkeys, hot meals, and unconditional love. Kendall joining us, and let's continue to think about Kendall and her transformation through the generous donations of this great community from the Boise Rescue Mission. That's where we are today. Kevin Miller asking you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey. Amber joining us here. She's from Ohio, where all good things come from, and we really love her smile and her spunk. And Amber, good to have you with us here this morning. Welcome to KIDO Talk Radio.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Good morning, Idaho.
Well, Idaho wishes you a good morning. When you hear Kendall's story, when you've been through this morning broadcast, hearing folks that have changed their lives. What impact does that have on you?
Oh, it just absolutely warms my heart and my soul, and it just lets me know that people have also been where I've come from, and I just look forward to a bright and happy future for all of us, so we can all prosper and know that there is hope.
Well, when we talk about where you've been, where you're going, can you share with us what brought you here?
Absolutely. It's a lot of different life challenges that have brought me thus far in this journey, and addiction is where I'm coming from. And when I got released from jail, it was a really big heaviness on my soul because I wasn't quite sure of where I was going to go. And I didn't want to go any of the places I'd already been. So it was really heartwarming to know that there was something out there for me that was Christian-based and that God was still going to be there because he was definitely there when I was incarcerated. So.
Well, how important is God in your life?
God is everything in my life. He saved me.
Yeah.
And he brought me to a place where people love me and care about me, and I don't have to worry.
Well, Amber, we go back to that uncertainty. You get released, and all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, where do I go? How did you find the Boise Rescue Mission?
Well, actually, when I was incarcerated, I was doing a lot of soul searching and God seeking, and I just kept coming across the scripture over and over again of seek and ye shall find, knock and the door will be answered for you. And I just asked for a resource manual while I was in there, and I came across, the City Hope. And I was like, well, I've got hope. There's a city where I could get some more. So I just applied, and I just let them know that I really needed more God in my life because without him, I knew I was going to die. So,
describe the day you were accepted into the program.
It was very loud.
I can't imagine that.
And I just, I really was, just like about a month or so, a little under a month, for my next court appearance, and it was my day of just feeling like, okay, I've got you, God, I've got you. So I just prayed and I was praying, and they called me down and said I had a visit. I was like, oh, okay, clergy visit. So I got my Bible, and I went.
You were ready to go.
Yes. And when I went in, there was some lady there that I did not recognize. I said, I don't know you.
Sure.
And so I went ahead and I trusted it, and I said, hi. And she introduced herself, and her name's Kelly, and she was like a guardian angel because she said that she was from the New Life program at City Light, and she wanted to talk to me for a few moments and find out if I was still interested in the program. And I said, absolutely, and we went from there. And
here you are.
Here I am.
What would you say to people right now, Amber, who are struggling and they love God, they love themselves, and they're looking for that love back in their lives?
I would definitely say, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be answered for you, because God is there. If you're willing and you're ready to turn your life over and surrender and know that you can lean and trust on God, then no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will make it.
For people that are thinking about donating, what would you say to them to ask them to consider the Boise Rescue Mission right now?
I would say, hey, there is something out there for people who are seeking, a better future for themselves. It all starts with a turkey. Do you have the time and the love and the faith and the hope that it takes to just donate one turkey? Feed a family, because it's a little bit goes a long way, especially in this case.
It does. BoiseRM.org. Online anytime, any Walmart, or stop by and see us. Amber, we so appreciate you, your lovely smile, your sharing of your faith, your story. What are your goals for the next few months? Where would you like to see yourself, ma'am?
Well, I would definitely want to just say, first of all, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So it's God's will be done with me. I'm just going to continue to be led by the Spirit, and hopefully, one day be where these people are, where I can contribute all of my time and energy towards a great cause, and that's helping others.
Well, thank you, Amber.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
God bless you. You can hang out with the turkey anytime.
Thank you. I love turkey. Buy a turkey, get a turkey. Thank you.
Thank you. KIDO Talk Radio, 107.5 FM, 580 AM. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Kevin. Is it recovered?
Let's find out what's happening in your world. Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning, Kevin.
KIDO Talk Radio. Coming up, Holly, Patriot Ray, Dimitri, and Pat Miller, my mom, joining us coming up in a second. But first, we take a look at Reverend Bill, day 2 of Miller's Mission. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm excited and I'm blessed, Kevin Miller. I appreciate what you're doing out here for the rescue mission, and I appreciate so much all the wonderful folks who've been by here today to greet us and bring a turkey, you know, from Canyon County Sheriff deputies to car dealership owners and everybody in between. It's a beautiful thing, Kevin, and thanks for orchestrating that.
Well, we sure need everybody's help, right?
We do need everybody's help, and with a lot of people coming to the rescue mission right now looking for help from us, the only way we can do that is when people give us that gift, that turkey, that encouragement. That's what makes it all happen.
Well, please help us help the Boise Rescue Mission, boiserm.org. We're joined once again by a character that continues to be reoccurring. I don't know if I could say this strangely enough to his face, but my direct supervisor per my employment contract is
the boss.
Can I introduce
he's right.
him?
When he's right, he's right. I mean, what do you want?
Jeff the Suit joins us. Good morning, sir.
I like that you actually were looking down. Like, there's a shame to that. You know, I'm with you dressed in a turkey suit. I'm the one that should be looking down and averting my eyes. I don't know what you're doing, but, you know.
But no, I was just trying to remember the exact terminology.
Listen, and ahead of Pat Miller, and literally in your contract as stipulated. Hi,
Yes.
good to be here. Yeah.
Yes.
No, you know,
You've provided us a lot of direction over the years.
It's funny because people have even noted that you and I, we love each other through sarcasm and jabs, and that's kind of our love language here. But it's moving to come out and get to meet the people who we've just had step out, who are in the programs with Boise Rescue Mission, who are stopping by as busy as you are this morning to make a difference and donate a turkey. And dude, I don't know, I'm gonna get choked up, but we see needs and we can feel so overwhelmed on how big a need might seem and what can we do, and we can only do so much, and would it really make a difference? And I know two things, and I see this year after year, and I saw it this morning again, and I just want to remind you if you struggle with this sometimes too. Hope snowballs. So when you start with something that can feel very small, when someone's in a very dark place, the fact that you cared enough to put food in front of them, or especially to feed their children, or even just to acknowledge that they're seen and that they're not invisible. Homelessness, addiction, and all of these corners, if you haven't experienced it personally, the part that's the most stifling is that you feel alone and invisible. And when someone reaches out and says, I want you to know that you're not, that you're seen, that you matter, that, you know, God put something on my heart, that snowballs so quickly into an opportunity for them to maybe just believe a little more in themselves that day, and for them to start to think that, okay, when people told me that there can be a change, there can be a difference, they're not kidding, because someone stopped to do that. And when you think out of doing a miracle, I always tell friends of mine that I think God puts stuff on our heart, like, let me go buy a turkey at Walmart, right? Maybe that's not what you had on your list for Tuesday morning. I get it. Maybe you're supposed to do that. And we think ourselves out of being a part of miracles all the time because we have a schedule today. It's justified. I live on 10 Mile. I almost turned left to go into the city and go into the office, and I felt like I was supposed to come out here this morning, and I've been blessed by being here. I didn't think myself out of the miracle this morning, and I'd encourage you, if you're listening too, if that's what you feel today, that maybe I'm supposed to go buy turkey. Maybe I don't even know why, but I'm supposed to go sit there and say hi to Kevin Miller. You probably are. This is your moment. This is your appointment, and don't think yourself out of that miracle.
That's a beautiful thing, Jeff. Thank you. That was a beautiful thought, and it's so true. I remember when I started as director in Redding, we lived in the rescue mission for several months, and when I'd go downstairs to get something to eat in the dining room, I just got in line with the guests, you know, and immediately some of those who knew who I was, and I was brand new, hey, wait, Rev, you come up to the front. You're supposed to be in front of the line. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not supposed to be in front of the line, bro. I'm supposed to be right here with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I never thought twice about that, but it made such an impression that pretty soon, I mean, every homeless guy in Redding, California loved me, you know, just because I acknowledged them as being the same as me. And that's what we try to do every day at the mission. Just let people know, hey, you know what? Right now you're down, you're out, you're a little slapped around, beat up, but you know, once upon a time I was there. Any moment next week I could be there. We're all the same, and God loves you just like He loves me. Let me give you a cup of coffee and a bowl of turkey.
Right, and you feed over 1,000 people a day, the working poor here in the Treasure Valley.
1,000 people a day and 400, 500 people, men, women, and kids every night in bed. getting ready to start a new program for homeless people coming out of the hospital who need a little bit of respite care.
That's cool.
We're going to have a special place for them to go and help them to recover. Anything we can do to touch the lives of people with the love of God, that's what we're about.
Indeed, we need your help. TheBoiseRM.org. Stop by any Walmart. We'd love to see you here. Help us make a difference today. I want to thank Christina, Cindy, and Amber for sharing their story. Let's go to the phones, and we're joined by our East Coast editor, Pat Miller, my mom, literally given birth to this program. Good morning, Mom. Good to have you with us.
Hi. Good morning. I just wanted to challenge everybody that listens to you on the Internet to reach deep into their pockets and give anything they can to the Boise Rescue Mission. I don't even live in Boise, and I believe in Reverend Bill and what he's doing, and I love him, and I think people need to realize that if you've been blessed in your life, you need to share some of that with people who haven't been as blessed as you are. And our family's been through some little rough times, but not like a lot of people. So it is my opinion that anybody who's been blessed, give it back. Give it back to those who haven't. And I just wanted to say hi to my friend Kelsey, because she's a sweetie pie, and to the rest. And I'm listening, so you guys just keep up the good work.
Well, Mom, we appreciate your taking time with us, for listening on the KIDO Talk Radio app, and for joining us as part of our online community. We know that you love the rescue mission and you love Idaho.
Oh, I do. Can't wait to be back.
Well, we can't wait to have you back, and certainly for people that are going through tough times, we appreciate your heart, your big heart, Mom.
You are quite welcome, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too, honey. Bye.
Bye-bye. We go to Patriot Ray, who joins us now on KIDO Talk Radio, and our great friend Patriot Ray, who always donates. He gets the plumbers. He gets all of his friends. He gives till it hurts, literally. Patriot Ray, good morning. You're on KIDO Talk Radio, sir.
Good morning, Kevin. Oh, it's hard to believe it's been 8 years. But, you know, it's a wonderful opportunity for us to give. It's a wonderful opportunity since I've been so blessed in my life. I challenge all of my plumber friends who remember me and my son that to go out and please give turkeys to the mission or donate something. Anything is appreciated, and Reverend Bill does such a great job. We love all the people who work there and help these individuals who are just in need of a handout, not a hand up, not a handout. And they're getting that, and that's what makes this mission so great. And I am honored that I'm able to give a little bit, and I will see you sometime this week. I'm heading up to Cascade right now, but it's fun. And my family is so great. I love my family. They're here in the valley, and they always try to give, and we're just so blessed. I've never really in my life known when we weren't doing well, because my folks who did suffer through a lot of things, but never really let us kids know that we were in need. And sometimes my folks knew it, but we didn't, because they covered it up so well. But there were times when we didn't have everything on the table we needed, but fortunately at my age now, I'm able to still work and give a little bit. And I just love this opportunity to do so and to be with you, Kevin. You're such an awesome individual. It's wonderful to know you. You're like a son to me, and I sure appreciate the time that you've given me. So have a great day. Stay fired up as that turkey, and keep going forward. You're doing a good job.
Well, we love you, and we can remember many years that you and Tea Party Bob and I would be out in the cold, literally freezing.
Oh, yes.
And whether it was at this Walmart or the one on Fairview, asking people to give a turkey, not be a turkey. So, Patriot Ray, thank you very much.
Thank you. And what an opportunity it is to be able to know you, Kevin, and Tea Party Bob and so many others that just make you feel good that they're willing to give and help somebody else in need. It's just a wonderful opportunity. So I challenge everybody out there, please come in and help at this time. It's a wonderful opportunity to do a little bit for other people. Thank you. And I'm sure grateful that I have my Lord and Savior in my life. God bless you, Kevin. Take care.
God bless you, Patriot Ray. Always giving. Thank you so much, my dear friend. Holly in Caldwell joining us now on KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning, Holly.
Kevin, it's so good to hear all these good stories and life-changing things that are happening for people in our area, and thank you for what you're doing there. I think that if we had that kind of love and concern and real discussion in many areas of our country, we probably could fix the mess that we're in. I would like to talk a little bit about the idea of a convention of states, and as you know, I'm opposed to that, as the legislature has voted that down twice, and the citizens of Idaho have been opposed to it, and I think it was wrong that they had them spend over $10,000 to go and practice something that we've said no to. The founders did put that in the Constitution, that we could call for a constitutional convention to amend the Constitution, but I think that one of the reasons why, in talking with many of the legislatures, is in what happened with the Kavanaugh thing, what's happening in our elections, that this is not even a feasible, productive thing that could happen. And even if they did pass a constitutional convention to amend the Constitution for a balanced budget, our tax rate would go up to like 80%. And I don't think people are willing to pay 80% of their money to try to fix the mess all at once. I do think that obviously some discussion needs to take place, and I'd like to see the information about the constitutional attorney that he's bringing to the town hall. I don't know if she's written a book, but I know that I've mentioned many times that Chris Ann Hall, who her husband is a pastor, she's written the book Sovereign Duty, is really against that. So do you have any information about his constitutional attorney, and why would they differ so much?
I'll have to take a look at that, Holly. To be continued. Thank you. Let's go live to Jeff the Suit joining us now. And
live even. Good. This is even more impressive.
Okay, let's pod him down a little.
Yeah, we have a couple friends who just stopped by. They said they come every year. What are your names?
Mike Kelly.
Well, Mike Ann.
I'm his wife.
I heard you say you gathered him up, or he gathered you up.
Yes, my husband gathered me up.
You had the checkbook, so he had to gather you, and here we go.
No, he has the checkbook.
Oh, God. Oh, it's all you. Well, you do this every year. What brings you out every year? Why are you here today?
Because Kevin Miller here, and I listen to these folks that talk, and tell their story. And when it's cold outside like this, it gets you thinking. So.
It does. Thanks for coming by, you guys.
Thank
I really
you.
Appreciate that.
God bless you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And more giving continues. Coming up, we're going to hear from Jessica, another inspirational story, right here at the Walmart in Nampa. Garrity and Franklin, won't you join us? Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio. And we've just begun the giving. We hope to see you here at the Walmart, Garrity and Franklin. We've got the International Playboy Pat from Middleton returning. We've got Reverend Bill. We've got Terry from State College, Pennsylvania. All our all-star panel of contributors here to make a difference, here to unite, to help feed so many Treasure Valley families through the Boise Rescue Mission. Our friend Jessica joins us now to tell us about her journey and just where your donations go and how your help, your generosity has made a difference in her life.
My name is Jessica Kaufman, and I work in the children's program at the Boise Rescue Mission. And before I came to City Light, I was running the streets in my addiction. I was an alcoholic for years, and I was moving from state to state, and it was a very lonely, scary life. I dragged my kids around with me from place to place, and I was very fearful and on edge most of the time. When I got to the mission, I had exhausted all other opportunities with family and friends, and the way that they loved me was unconditional, and I don't believe I've ever felt that before. They accepted me and my children where I was at that time, no matter what my background looked like, and it looked pretty bad, so I almost didn't think that they would accept me, but they did. They were very loving. There was a lot of structure, which it's exactly what I needed. It's everything that I ran away from. They taught me how to parent my children in a loving way. They taught me how to keep a schedule and keep a budget, and most importantly, they taught me about the Lord, which I did not know anything about Jesus. I knew a little of him from being in jail, but when I got to the Boise Rescue Mission, they laid that foundation for me. We need the food, and the kids need to eat, and the moms need to eat, and the dads need to eat, and we all eat together. So my son Charlie, he has grown so much. I am so proud of him. He was crazy broken when I got him back from the state custody. And to watch him grow and to apply the tools that he's learned at the mission, words really can't describe how proud I am of him. I mean, it used to be a fight every day to get him to do his homework, to, get him on the bus, to get him to bed at night. But now he comes home and he's like, Mom, I have my homework. I'm going to do it. And just yesterday he said, no, it was Friday. He said, Mom, the teacher called out names for people who have missing homework and I wasn't one of them. And so just for him to recognize that, if he puts his mind to something, he can do it. And so we got all of that from the mission. I would say thank you for saving me and both of my kids and providing a place for us to go that would accept all three of us, because there's not a lot of places that would accept families. So you brought us together, and without the help of the donors, we would never have that.
Thank you, Jessica, for sharing your story. Reverend Bill, we have a great time. We have fun. We're going to have fun today. We've got Pat from Middleton. We've got Terry from State College, Pennsylvania. But this community has such a big heart, and you're always sharing that with us. And here we have Jessica going from one place in her life of darkness, now finding the light, to now being a beacon for children. Amazing.
It is amazing, Kevin. And yeah, I had one of the thrills of my summer was I went camping with my granddaughter and a girlfriend of hers, little place up in Idaho City. And the first morning we were there, I got out of my trailer and I'm walking over to the one place where your cell phone had reception in the whole campground. And I see this kid come out of a tent. And I thought, I know that kid. Who is that kid? And as I got closer to him, I recognized him, and it's Charlie, Jessica's son. You know Charlie. And he comes out of the tent and he sees me and he says, "Hey, Rev!" And he comes running over and he gives me a great big hug. And I said, "Good morning." And there's Jessica and her kids camping in the tent 2 down from where I'm camped. Just enjoying life, man, and being a part of the community in the best possible sense of that word. And it was such a blessing. And I'm thinking to myself, man, 5 years ago, this girl's on the run from the law. Her life's a shambles, and here she is camping right there in the same campground I was in.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Living the dream like we all do. I remember when Jessica first came by. We're going to go to the phones. Dimitri joins us now. Dimitri, thanks for your patience. You're on KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning, Dimitri.
Good morning, Kevin. God bless you for what you guys doing out there.
Well, thank you, sir. God bless you.
Yes, I actually have a quick story about Boise Rescue Mission. I've been many times there and spoken about Jesus Christ to those people that are down and out. And actually, I have a story. One of my wife's cousin is married to a former person who was at Boise Rescue Mission. He was there, but then changed his life, and he's right now actually helping in the Boise Rescue Mission in Nampa. So that's a great organization. I know people there. They're full of integrity and compassion. So it's very important to support that mission for everyone.
Well, thank you, Dimitri. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, of course. So, Kevin, quick question. What's your take on that fake news that CNN and other mainstream media peddling right now about a junior high class full of Nazis in Wisconsin? I mean, while you're doing this great job, the other leftist media is right now looking for Nazis under every stone, under every rock.
Well, they're doing everything they can to undermine us. Dimitri, thank you for the call. Apologize that it's so short. Let's go, if we have time, Ray, we'll go to Tea Party Bob, joining us now on KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Miller. How are you today?
Watching Pat from Middleton sit in your chair, but please go ahead.
Tell him to get his fat butt out of my chair.
I will do that in the name of charity, yes.
You need to stop upsetting those out-of-state drivers with the big trucks making U-turns, or they're going to think we're an unfriendly state.
We're not so welcoming and warm, and yes.
They'll be turning away and going to Wyoming or Utah. It's nice to hear my favorite succulent turkey once again promoting the Boise Rescue Mission, spreading the word throughout the Treasure Valley about this great cause. So tell me, how many turkeys have you collected so far?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. I think, well, Tea Party Bob, to be continued. Thank you for dropping off your donations yesterday. Good morning, Dave. Give a turkey, don't be a turkey. Join us now. Good morning.